I love it here, man. From beat one, when my dad came out here with me to audition for the new school, I was like, man, I know I'm gonna love this place. And I felt at home as soon as I got here. I'm Kyle Poole. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and this is my night in the life. I live in Bushwick with a couple musicians that go to the new school. It's relaxing. In the morning, I make coffee. Then I try to practice, maybe an hour or so just to start the day off. I probably picked up my first pair of drumsticks, even though I wasn't playing drums when I was around maybe 11, 12 years old. I would always, be sitting next to the drums in church. My mom would take me to church. Freshman year of high school, I got into the marching band. I played the second bass drum and the bass line, and I fell in love with drum corps, learning a lot about technique, learning a lot about rudiments, a lot of flip tricks and stick tricks. The Thelonious Monk Institute of Jazz would come to our high school, which was in the inner city, and teach a combo. That's probably my first experience of jazz drums. I got to audition for the LACHSA, LA County High School for the Arts, and I got in there. I traveled 3 hours to school, 1 bus, 3 trains in Los Angeles. That's where I started to really learn what the language really was, whose way to stay out of the way, what phrasing to listen for. That's why I'm here now, trying to play this music. If I'm going to play somewhere, I feel like I can't play unless my hands are warm. I'll be on the train, just warming up my hands on the practice pad to make sure my limbs are ready to tackle whatever I think of. I take the L train, I get off at 6th Avenue, and my school's on 13th, between 5th and 6th. A cool thing about the new school is they let you put your own ensembles together, and you get to choose your teacher too. We chose Mr. Charlie Persip as our teacher. He's a great drummer, legendary drummer.
Let's try to see if we can get this music together really here.
You want to do it from 107? Where do you want to do it from? It's Joachim Lecointre on the piano. Joachim wrote a whole piece entitled Mirages of Namib. He's a funny character. He gave us this whole story. Us in the group are in the desert. We're all members in his play. He had me play the triangle, he had me play the gong. It would be 1 bar to get over to the gong, and I'd be playing and then running over to the gong and real hard. I love telling the story with Joachim and telling the story with the rest of the group. I've met a lot of teachers that have taught me a lot about the music. But at the same time, I feel like for a working jazz musician to be going to school, it can get rough. 1 second, you're learning a lot and you're high on your horse and you feel like you're getting a lot better. And then the next second, you're not working and you're like, man, what's going on? You don't know what to practice. And then sometimes there's that little hope that you get that's enough for a little while. Class ends 10 minutes before my next gig starts, so I usually have to hustle out. Me and my friend Alexander Claffey, we both play that gig at Smalls at 6 p.m. Is Michaela here? Did you see Michaela? It's like a tap jam session of sorts with Michaela Lerman. She's a great tap dancer. Other tap dancers come, and we get started around 6:20 by the time everybody gets there. I've been doing that gig for about 2 years, and I love it because I learned a lot about phrasing through Michaela and through listening to tap dancers and everything. It's very much like playing behind a horn player. If I hear Michaela spell out a phrase for me to respond to, I'll respond to it the same way. When I talk to Michaela about rudiments and everything, they have the same name for a lot of the rudiments. It's just done with their feet. At the end of the tap jam, everyone comes up and they all do the shim sham. It's like one of the tap songs that everybody who tap dances has to know, no matter where you're from. And we have to know the shim sham tune. There's like hits in the rhythm changes. And then we play rhythm changes really fast after and see who can hang. But that's just for fun. The set ends at 8:45, 9 o'clock. Then the next band at Small starts at 9:30. If it's like a really happening group that I want to check out, I'll check out the first set and then just head up to Smoke at around like 10:30. It takes me 30 minutes to get up there from the 1 train. It's Brianna Thomas, Russell Hall, Chris Pattershaw, and myself. Brianna wants a lot of wet sounds. She's always talking about like, man, you gotta make it wet. Like, it can't be dry. She wants a lot of rivets in the cymbals, a lot of rolls on the cymbal. I guess it's a grand, big sound she wants.
How about this band?
It's only supposed to be like an hour-and-a-half gig, but it's always like 2 hours. Brianna will sing a blues and the crowd will go wild. Brianna taught me what it means to play with a vocalist, and she really taught me how to humble myself. She's coming up too. She's definitely someone I'm really trying to stick around the next coming years. After the set ends at around 1:30, they call it the family dinner. They bring out just some pizza and hot wings and like things like that. Sometimes we'll be in Smoke till 4 in the morning playing Uno, because that's Brianna's favorite game. When I leave, I'll get in the cab. We take the Queensboro Bridge to Bushwick. I definitely feel like there's really a sense of family in the scene. My close friends now and close musician friends now, I see them in my life in the future, playing with them, like touring with them and helping each other out.